my name is Moo Wen Yee and my metric card number is BT12103 and my question is number 1. How does Diamond Chemical evaluate its capital expenditure proposal? Why such a complicated scheme? And my answer is due to the challenge that the Merseyside project must overcome and the relative advantage of the many investment criteria, Diamond Chemical evaluates its capital expenditure proposal using such a convoluted approach. The categories of new product or market, product or extension, engineering efficiency, safety or environment, and obstacle are achievable. Engineering efficiency project requires to contribute positively to net income in order to have an effect on earnings per share. The average yearly EPF contribution of the project over the course of its economic life was computed for the criterion using the number of outstanding shares as the most recent fiscal year's end. For paycheck, the criterion was defined as a number of years required for the project free cash flow to entirely amortize the project initial outlay. The longest payback period for engineering efficiency project is 6 years. For discount cash flow, DCF was defined as the present value of the project future cash flow less the original investment outlay. This free cash flow net present value had to be positive. Last but not least, internal rate of return IRR was defined, which is the present value of future free cash flow just equal the initial outlay. That is the rate at which the NPV was 0. Engineering efficiency project required to have an IRR greater than 10%. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Dayang Nurizzahaty Nurain Binti Aris, number matrix BB2216113. So today I will present for question 2. The question is, what is the transport division's suggestion? Does it have any merit? So the answer is, Transport Division would have to raise its allocation of tank cars to Merseyside due to an increase in throughput brought on by the plant's enhanced efficiency. Currently, the Transport Divisions might make this due to excess capacity. However, doing so would cause the requirement to buy new stock, expected to cost GBP 2 million in 2010, to arise earlier than anticipated from 2012 to 2010. A new piece of stock would depreciate over 10 years. For the first 8 years and the final 2 years of rolling stock depreciation, the Transport Division used DDB and straight line, respectively. Due to different track gauges, this rolling stock could not be utilized outside of Britain. Thus, the Rotterdam facility had to make its own arrangements for the transportation of raw materials.
My name is Nurfarhana Syahirah binti Amat Saini. My metric number is BB2116103. For question number 3, in order to get a more precise estimation, Greystock should only examine incremental sales while doing his DFC inquiry. This applies to both the Merseyside plant and the Rotterdam plant's cannibalized sales. The shifting process from Rotterdam to Merseyside will result in loss of sales. For example, in the worst-case situation, where there is 100% internal cannibalization, for instance, its existence will provide a positive NPV of 8.81. If it caused 50% internal cannibalization and had a 12.94 NPV, then scenario will be the most possible. The following the use of assumptions and verification of calculations, the cash flow associated with cannibalization should not be taken into consideration. It is because the director of sales therefore claimed that it had substance, and it is clear that Greystock miscalculated by failing to account for cannibalization of cash flow.
Hello, my name is Ellyana Jamain, number metric BB211100495. Today I will present for the question 4. Why did the assistant plant manager offer his suggested change? Does it have any merit? A proposal to renovate a part of Merseyside Works, which was the line producing EPC, would cost roughly $1 million and increase profit by $25,000. But it would result in a negative net present value and a loss of $750,000. The important thing to keep in mind is that starting this project will increase plant size, which is directly related to the growth in bonus that is connected it. In addition, it will result in a conflict of interest, which is regarded as an agency issue. Another significant problem would be withholding essential information from investors rather than disclosing it to them. This leads to the conclusion that Griffin Tewitt is taking this initiative more out of self-interest than out of consideration for the company.
Hello, I'm Arwanddy Jutin, matric number BB211100467, and I will explain for question number 5. What did the analyst from the Treasury staff mean by his comment about inflation? Do you agree with it? So the answer is Greystock's analysis states that the hurdle rate assumption used in this DCF investigation is 10%. Additionally, Treasury staff voiced concerns that since there is an inflationary, the rates used should be valid. However, in the examination, the flow of money should also be clear, which is the situation that appears in this case as much as 3% in the DCF investigation. So as a result, accurate NPV and IRR calculation are dependent on a hurdle rate of 10%. Also, whether we use the real rate of return or not, the NPV will have comparable returns. So there is no real advantage to changing the hurdle rate used.
Hello, I'm Siti Nurfazirah, a group member of this group. So I'm going to present the answer for question 6, which is how should Greystock modify his DCF analysis? Okay, an overview of the corrections required to generate a respectable DCF analysis is the focus of this question. Okay, so after looking into Greystock's study, Andrew Gowan of the Treasury staff offered a few ideas as to what rate should be used. He said money streams and markdown rates should be stable in their presumption about expansion, and I agree with him. In Greystock investigation, he didn't take into account the fact that swelling rates are typically between 2% and 3%. This would mean that the company's actual target rate would be 7%. So, in an effort to keep the investigation predictable, we decided to use an ostensible and a 3% swelling rate. Okay, so that's all from me for question 6. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Fifiandriana Adek. My matrix number is BB211100474. I will explain for question 7, which is what is the Merseyside project worth to Diamond Chemical? Consider producing a revised DCF analysis, which is discount cash flow. The Merseyside project efficiency to Diamond Chemical has an overall manufacturing output of 7%. Additionally, after completing the Merseyside project firm, the gross margin increased from 11.5% to 12.5%. This project also provides advantages in the area of energy conservation. It was found that adopting the Merseyside project resulted in an increase in energy saving percentage of 1.25% in the first 5 years and 0.8% in the subsequent 6 to 10 years. These benefits will be taken into consideration while making the pay declaration. That's all from me. Thank you.